Satnam, welcome to part one of Kundalini for resilience, focusing on compassion as one of the pillars of resilience. And if there is anyone who understands compassion more than the Dalai Lama, I'm not sure I've heard of them personally, but he has such a beautiful approach to our humanity, and almost everything he teaches is compassion. One of his most famous quotes that I just adore is, "This is my simple religion. No need for temples, no need for complicated philosophy. Your own mind, your own heart is the temple. Your philosophy is simple kindness." Now, for those of you that have religion as your faith, as your spiritual practice, usually we have a temple or a church or some sacred space where we go to worship. And as you enter that church or that temple, that sacred space, you walk in and look around and say, gosh, this could really do with some improvement. This place could really be better. It's not great. That's not at all how we respond to these sacred spaces. We walk in and we don't see the flaws. We feel only that beautiful divine energy, the perfection of being in this space dedicated to our spirituality. And yet, when we think of the Dalai Lama words, no need for temples. Your mind, your heart is the temple. But do we have that compassion for ourselves? We're constantly criticizing the way we're thinking, the way we behave, what we do, how we look. We give ourselves such a hard time forgetting that this is the temple. Before you step into the church or the mosque or whatever sacred space you enter, first you have to accept this temple, the temple of your mind and the temple of your body. No complicated philosophy is necessary. And we see this when we peel back the layers of all spirituality, whether it's Christianity or Judaism or Islam or Hinduism, whatever it is, when we peel back all the layers from the thousands and thousands of pages, what's left? Love, compassion, kindness. They all preach the same thing. The philosophy isn't complicated, it's very simple. And if we can learn to feel that temple of ourselves with compassion, with love, with understanding, and then we can take that compassion, and we can spread that in the world, well, the possibilities are just completely endless. And so today's class, we practice from the temple of our most spiritual being, that part of us that is deeply connected to the divine, whatever the divine looks like and feels like for you. As somebody who doesn't follow a particular religious practice, but feels a strong draw to spirituality, I know the feeling I get when I step into any spiritual space. In Istanbul, the Hagia Sophia, which started off as a Christian church and went on to become a Muslim temple and is now more of a museum. You feel that sacredness when you walk in there, and you just know that it doesn't matter what religion was practiced here, because the core of everything is the same, compassion. And we can't feel that compassion, that love for anyone or anything else until we learn to accept it in the temple of our own selves. So take a beautiful, long, deep breath in. Lengthen your spine, tuck your tailbone under, relax your shoulders. Soften your jaw, relax your eyes. And breathe into the temple. Breathe into that first temple. We are born in the temple of our mothers. And we step out of their temple and into our own temple. And feel that sacredness that exists within this temple. Honor the divine self. And bring your hands together. Come to your heart center. Take a beautiful, long, deep inhalation through your nose. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And we'll inhale to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Sadgure Name, Siri Gurudev Name. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Sadgure Name, Siri Gurudev Name. Adgure Name, Jugadgure Name, Sadgure Name, Siri Gurudev Name. Deep breath in and exhale. Release. Beautiful. Bring your hands to your knees. And let's start with some spinal flexes. Inhaling up, exhaling down. If our body is the temple, our spines are those all-important structural supports. And so we really have to look after the health of our spine. Treating the spine with reverence, with divine love and compassion. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Continue with the movement. And come to center, move to Sufi Grind. Massaging your internal organs. And again, just working with the flexibility of the spine, gently waking it up. Remember, the Kundalini energy lies dormant at the base of the spine. And we gently encourage it to awaken, bringing that life force to every single cell of the body and change direction. Beautiful. Feel the sacredness in the movement. Feel the sacredness in your breath. Your own mind, your own heart is the temple. And back to center, move to neck rolls. Again, allowing your body to lead you, keeping your shoulders relaxed. Softness in your face and your jaw. Beautiful connection to self. Change direction. Beautiful breath and rhythm with the movement. And back to center. Hands on your shoulders, fingers forwards, thumbs backwards. Lift the spine. Inhale left, exhale right. Soft jaw, heavy eyes. Feel the generosity of spirit as we surrender to the self. And come to center, deep breath in. And exhale, release. Opening out your legs. Taking them as wide apart as you can, coming forwards onto your sitting bones. Beautiful. Inhale at the center and exhale as you reach your chin towards your toes, keeping your spine straight. Beautiful. Movement coming from the base of the spine, reaching with the chin towards the toes. That's it. Beautiful. Keep your belly lightly engaged to further protect your lower back. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale to center, turn to face the right, and exhale, deeply relax here. Soften neck and shoulders, abdomen and chest. Breathing into it. Using the exhale to keep softening, to keep surrendering. And inhale up, turn to the left, and exhale, relax down. Deeply relaxing. Each exhale, softening. And walking across to center and relax here at the center. Deeply soften. Be completely present. And curling up, coming onto your hands and knees. Bring your hands underneath your shoulder, knees underneath your hips, and start moving through cat and cow. Inhaling, belly drops down, look up, and exhaling, curling up. Beautiful. Just keep a beautiful rhythm, trusting your body knows exactly what it needs. That's it. Feel the connection to the spine. And come to neutral. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Good. So you can turn so that you're sideways on your mat, coming up onto your knees. Extend your left leg out with the left toes pointing towards the front. Check that your body is in alignment, that you're not leaning over, and just feel for a moment here. Take a couple of deep breaths. And reach your arms out, palms face downwards. Stretch your body over to the right and bring your right hand down onto the mat. Reach up with your left hand. Open your chest, take your left hand as far back as you can, and hold here as you begin breath of fire. Strong breath of fire. You want to feel the movement in your belly. Make sure that left arm keeps reaching backwards as you reach up with your heart center. Beautiful. Opening your heart, staying deeply connected to that part of you. If you can, keep your eyes closed. Make your breath really nice and strong. And keep stretching the left arm back as you open your chest. Feel that connection to your heart center. Anahata chakra is all about compassion, love, deep empathy. Stay with your breath, keep reaching up with your heart. Last 15 seconds, stay connected. Open your chest even more, reach that left hand further back. And release. Bring your left hand down to the mat, tuck your left toes under, push up and back to down dog. And just take a few deep breaths here. Beautiful. And roll over and come down into upward facing dog. Come onto the tops of your feet. So the soles of your feet are pointing up towards the ceiling. Make sure your shoulders away from your ears. Lift your chest up, drop your head back, and start breath of fire. Beautiful. So notice the thighs are off the mat, the hips are off the mat in upward dog. If it feels too strong, maybe you want to tuck your toes under, that's absolutely fine. Really listen to your body and trust that your body knows exactly what it needs. Keep your breath strong and powerful. Keep lifting your chest up as you throw your head back and making sure the shoulders don't collapse around the ears. Beautiful. And drop your knees down. Push up and back, sit back on your heels. Drop your forehead to the mat. Take your hands to your feet and relax. Go within. Go into that temple of awareness. Find your stillness and silence. Be completely present. Soften and surrender. No need for temples. No need for complicated philosophy. Your own mind, your own heart is the temple. And when you start to experience that temple within, you begin to experience the temple of everything, the sacredness all around us. Beautiful, gently curling up. Coming once again onto your knees. Extend your right leg out, your right toes pointing forwards. Arms out to the sides, palms face downwards. Reach over, bringing your left hand down onto the mat. Reach backwards with your right arm. Open your chest if you can. Close your eyes, take your gaze up, and begin breath of fire. Keep the breath strong. Let the right arm roll backwards as you open the chest. Feel that connection to the heart. Deeply connected. Breathing into the temple. Breathing into that space of compassion. Without compassion, how can we experience resilience? Without that gentleness towards ourselves and others, how do we keep picking ourselves up in the light of challenge? Beautiful. Open your chest, reach back with your arm. Keep the breath powerful. Feel the movement in the belly. Open your chest, open your heart. Stay with your breath. We're almost there. Find a way. And just 10 more seconds. Breathing even stronger. Take that arm back. Lift your chest up even more. Beautiful. And release. Bring your right hand down to the mat. Tuck your right toes under. Push up and back to down dog. And just breathe here. Stay deeply connected to the space. Breathing with awareness. Heels pressed down. Head and neck relax. And then roll forwards, coming into upward facing dog, coming onto the tops of your feet. Hips sink down but remain off the mat. Head looks up, chest opens, and begin breath of fire. Beautiful. Make sure your chest stays open, that your shoulders don't collapse around your ears. Head is back, heart lifts up. Beautiful. Listening to your body. If it's too strong on your lower back, drop your thighs down. Really start to connect to that temple, knowing exactly what it needs, trusting the temple. We're nearly there, just 10 more seconds. Stay with it. Breathe into it. And release. Drop your knees down, sit back on your heels, stretching forwards. Allow your shoulders to just soften. Allow your hips to sink onto your heels. And come into the stillness and silence. Your own sacred temple. your own space of absolute awareness, of deep connection. Breathing into it. And feel what you're feeling as you soften and release in your back. And going into your own sacred space, that space that dwells within you. And very gently curling up, coming to Sukhasana, to easy pose, or Vajrasana on your knees. And then you can bring your hands onto your knees, either cross-legged or in Vajrasana, and just start to move through the spinal flex. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And I want this movement to be really intimate. Move with deep compassion and understanding for what your body needs right now. Feel that connection to your spine, the supporting structure of your temple. Beautiful. Compassion as resilience is so important, because when we force anything, we start to lose the game. The battle is lost the moment we start to force. So compassion just allows us to connect and to follow the path rather than resist it. And so as you do this very simple movement now, follow the path of your body. Don't resist. Don't feel that this should be done this way or it should be done that way. Check in and see what it is that your body needs. And inhale, come to center. Take a deep breath in. Squeeze more bund, lift the pelvic floor, lift the anal muscles. And visualize the breath as a beautiful, healing white light. Now imagine that light moving through every single cell in your body. Feel the warmth of that energy as your entire body is infused. Take more breath in, hold it, lift and squeeze. And exhale, release. Feel what you're feeling. So for the next exercise, we're going to come into quite a strong back bend. So I really am going to implore you to listen to your body. We've already done quite a lot of heavy back bending. So maybe you're already feeling some discomfort in your body. And you really need to honor whatever is happening in my body now. I need to treat with compassion. So coming onto your knees if you aren't already on your knees. And we're going to bring the hands behind the back. Drop the head all the way back and lift the chest up. Now you can stay here with your buttocks resting on your heels. Or if it feels possible, lift your buttocks off your heels and drop your head back. But please be really, really, really conscious of what your body needs right now. So again, if it's uncomfortable to be on your knees, you can always do this from the cross-legged position as well. So coming onto your knees if possible, bring your hands backwards, lift your chest up, drop your head back, And either stay there or lift your hips up off your heels and begin breath of fire. Strong, powerful breath of fire. Now this feels really vulnerable because the throat is exposed and breath of fire feels quite difficult. So just see what that feels like. Be present in all of those sensations that feel just a little bit off. Notice how vulnerable we feel when the head is thrown back like that. Keep lifting the chest up. Keep the breath strong and powerful. Beautiful. In the vulnerability and the surrender, we feel so empowered, letting go of those fears, letting go of those limitations, lifting the heart, lifting the chest. Powerful breath. Feel the breath coming from your belly, forcing breath of fire out through the nose. Keep going. Keep going. Just 20 more seconds. Lift your chest up even more. Soften your head back even more. Feel that extension through your throat. And coming up. Take a long, deep breath in. Squeeze more bund. Lift the pelvic floor. Lift the anal muscles. Hold the breath in. Visualize the breath as a beautiful healing white light. Take more breath in. Hold it. And exhale. Come to stillness. Feel what you're feeling. Be completely in the space of awareness. No judgment, no expectation, just a beautiful awareness. Beautiful. And we're going to come onto all fours. And I want you to check that your knees are stacked underneath your hips. Okay. Come down onto your elbows. And again, just check that your knees are underneath your hips. Now, you may want to stay here. Or if it feels possible, reach your hands away from your body and bring your chest down onto the mat. With your chin or your forehead resting on the floor. And just hold here with long, deep breathing. See if you can soften and surrender. See if you can release in the shoulders. The posture feels uncomfortable. See what you need to do to adjust it. Maybe the compassionate thing for you to do right now is to be on your elbows. Or maybe it's to soften just a tiny bit more. Keep your breath purposeful. Inhaling for 3. Exhaling for 3. You can start to lengthen the exhale. See if you can double the length of the exhale. Inhaling for 3, exhaling for 6. Be completely present in your temple. Resilience is acknowledging the here and now. And giving yourself permission to be completely present in it. And then on your next inhalation, come up onto your elbows. Sit back on your heels, curling up. And take a beautiful, long, deep inhalation. Squeeze more bund, lift the pelvic floor, lift the anal muscles. Circulate the energy. Take more breath in, hold it. And exhale, release. Feel what you're feeling. And when you're ready, come into Sukhasana, to easy pose. Beautiful. So for the next movement, we're going to take the arms up, elbows at shoulder height, palms facing forwards. And the fingertips are active, so we're in goddess pose. These are our goddess arms. Spine is nice and straight, tailbone is tucked under, belly is engaged. And we're going to twist, inhaling to the left, exhaling to the right. But notice how the arms don't move. The arms stay beautifully in line with the shoulders. Inhaling left, exhaling right. And let's go. Keep the fingers active, palms facing forwards. Get your breath into rhythm with your movement. And make sure your elbows don't swing. Keep them in line. Keep them elevated. And we use the goddess arms as we invite the divine feminine. And of course, the divine feminine exists in all of us. It's not a female thing. The divine feminine is that part of ourselves that naturally goes towards compassion, love, and nurturing. The divine feminine is the part of us that lifts the car off our child. It's the strength, the inner strength that comes from nurturing, from love, and from compassion. When we think of divine feminine, if you close your eyes now and just allow yourself to visualize that divine feminine for you. And for each of us, this is going to be a completely different image. So go to that place now and see the divine feminine that you picture. How does she look? What is she doing? And know that the image that you're seeing comes from within you. Know that what you're looking at is not a construct of your mind, but it is the part of you that is so strong and so powerful, so compassionate and so loving. Hold on to that part of you. Breathe into it. Connect to the temple in which it resides. Come to center, deep breath in. Squeeze more band, lift the pelvic floor, lift the anal muscles. And exhale. Bring your hands to your knees. Feel the energy flowing through your body, that divine energy. Breathe into it. Become completely aware of the subtle, refined movements in this stillness. And gently come to standing. So we're going to turn the toes to face outwards. And ultimately, we're trying to get the thighs parallel to the floor, the hips in line with the knees, tailbone tucked under, goddess arms. And let's start breath of fire. Sink down through your hips, keep your elbows lifted, knees are pointing the same direction as your toes. And maybe sinking just a tiny bit lower, strong breath of fire, tailbone under, body nice and straight. Beautiful. Last few seconds, find a way, stay with it, keep breathing into it. And release, bring your hands to the mat. Turn your feet to face forwards. Roll your tailbone up and draw the crown of your head down towards the mat. And breathe here. Feel that divine release. Soften and surrender into it. And just feel the magic and power of turning your world upside down. Lift your tailbone up. Soften your head and neck. Breathe into it. Gently curling up. And walk your feet just about hip distance apart, slightly wider than hip distance apart. And we're going to sink the hips down. If you can, keeping your heels on the mat. Maybe you need to bring a cushion underneath your heels. Bring your palms together. Let your hips sink down. Elbows between your knees, and then use your elbows to gently press your knees apart. Beautiful. Find your posture, adjust it if you need to. And let's begin breath of fire. Strong breath, stay with it. Deep breath in. Squeeze, small band, lift the pelvic floor, lift the anal muscles. Visualize the breath circulating through your body. Visualize every single cell lighting up with this healing energy. Take more breath in. Hold it, lift and squeeze. And exhale, release your hands. Come down onto your mat, come to Sukhasana. Come to stillness. Close your eyes. And lengthen your spine, tuck your tailbone under. And immerse yourself in this temple, your own mind, your own heart. Invite the image of the divine feminine, that part of you that is both strong and soft. That part of you that is pure love and compassion. And that part of you that cares not whether you are male or female, because it exists equally and powerfully within all of us. As you learn compassion and self-love for yourself, you build up the strength, flexibility, and curiosity, all the pillars of resilience. Possible only when we learn to love ourselves. When we begin to feel compassion for ourselves and by extension for everyone and everything around us. And take a long deep breath in. Squeeze more band, lift the pelvic floor, the anal muscles. Visualize the breath as a beautiful healing white light. And experience that breath as it moves through your body. Lighting every single cell, take more breath in, hold it, lift and squeeze. And exhale, release. Breathing normally, and remain here for a moment. And very gently, when it feels right, you can come down onto your mat for the final relaxation. Coming to Shavasana or any other comfortable relaxation posture for you. Perhaps covering yourself with a blanket. Just allowing yourself to come to the most comfortable posture that you can. And give yourself permission to relax fully and completely, knowing that it is here in this space of deep relaxation that you heal mind, heart, and body. I relax my feet. I relax my feet. My feet are relaxed. I relax my calves and thighs. I relax my calves and thighs. My calves and thighs are relaxed. I relax hips and buttocks, abdomen and chest. I relax hips and buttocks, abdomen and chest. Hips and buttocks, abdomen and chest. Relax. I relax neck and shoulders, hands and arms. And I relax neck and shoulders, hands and arms. Neck and shoulders, hands and arms. Relax. I relax face, eyes, nose, mouth, and tongue. Face is relaxed. Entire body is completely relaxed. Filled with peace. This is my simple religion. No need for temples. No need for complicated philosophy. Your own mind, your own heart is the temple. Your philosophy is simple kindness. And in this space of deep relaxation, I experience my own mind, my own heart, as the temple. I feel the temple within me and around me. There is nothing more sacred than to be here now. My breath, my body, in this moment. And there is peace within. Peace around. Peace in all the world. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You can start to bring your awareness to the rise and fall of your chest. Very gently rubbing your thumb across your fingertips. Moving your toes. You can take your arms above your head and have a beautiful stretch. Hugging your knees to your chest, drop your knees to the right as you look over your left shoulder. And change sides. And coming together, rubbing the soles of your feet and the palms of your hands together as you rock all the way up to Sukhasana, to easy pose. May the long-time sun shine upon us. All love surround us. And the pure light within guide our way on. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Have a beautiful day.